Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Jedi and Sith, spacefarers and landfarers, it is I, Johnny, writer, podcaster, and content creator for Level 1 Gaming. And as always, I am joined by the one and only, the best writer, streamer,
Ooh,
EU,
ugh,
2020,
ugh,
2021, Baron
ugh.
J67. How are you doing, buddy?
Whoa, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm not gonna make too many complaints. We've been playing a lot of video games.
We sure have.
It's quite ridiculous. I'm kind of ashamed, but I'm glad to be here, man.
Oh, yeah. It has been a little while. Of course, last week we were pretty tuckered out.
Yeah.
Uh, so obviously, you're gonna have to forgive us there. But we're back, and as the title suggests, we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite quite a lot here. Now, if you've been living under a rock for this past couple weeks, Halo Infinite has dropped, and I know good old Fame. He's gone into the campaign a bit. Have you gone into the campaign yet?
Nope. I am going out of my way to not touch the campaign for a while for the simple fact that my backlog is off the charts and I already have 3 days, 1 hour, and 17 minutes in Halo.
Oh boy, that's a lot of Halo.
Um, I need help. Hey, I do not. That's without the single player. That's without the campaign.
Hmm.
What up, Fame? What up, Flameser? What up, everybody? Oh god, this game. So real quick, because I always forget, and Johnny usually reminds me. The gameplay you guys are seeing here is called the last Oracle. I'm probably butchering the name, but it's an RPG that I just caught wind of on Twitter, and there's a full demo for it on the Microsoft, the Xbox Game Store, and it's like a 50 gig download. It's a pretty big game. Like I got a full almost 4 hours out of it, and that was just one playthrough, and that was me kind of like just going through it, not even doing all the side quests. There's a lot to do, different builds and whatnot. It's a heavy RPG. I would say feel wise, it's closer to like an early 2000 like BioWare game, but it's action adventure. So it's something to check out, and it's free. So it's for me, and it's a demo. It was like 50 gigs, so make sure you got enough space cleared up. But yeah, back to Halo, right? Um,
Hmm.
how do you feel about Halo so far? And how many hours do you have in it, if you don't mind me asking?
That's classified. I have 95 and a half hours according to
Oh,
Steam.
oh,
I know, I gotta see. I didn't buy skips in the battle pass like some people, so I have to grind it out legit.
well, you know what's so wild is with this dang game, right? Is as everybody knows, at least if you've listened to our Double XP, our flagship show here at Level One, you guys know that I didn't necessarily talk crap about the game, but I just was talking crap about how I was not gonna play it. I was pretty adamant. I was, it's time to admit that I'm clearly somewhat enjoying this game to some extent. It could be the
Oh,
whole
really?
Fame dragging me there syndrome. Like I'm gonna make a medical diagnosis around that because that's oftentimes what happens. Fame is like, oh, we got to play this game, and I'm like, I don't want to, and then all of a sudden I find myself playing this game. I'm not gonna say I was bullied into Halo, but I'm blinking heavily as right now, air quotes. Help me. No, but it's fun. What it
Sure.
is, and I think it's. I was gonna say it's only fun with friends, but I find myself playing it when running when you guys aren't on, and I'll pick up another game. Like I'll pick up Battlefield, and then all of a sudden Battlefield will crash, or like I'll get to the end of a big battle, and all of a sudden it'll turn off, and I'm like, go play Halo. Um,
But I think
fan.
it's worth saying that we absolutely love Battlefield here.
Oh, I'm a big Battlefield fan, bro. You know me. Ever since Bad Company 2, I've been absolutely like just enthralled with Battlefield. I wish they had more destructibility. Like I feel like that's something that needs to be added back, and they could do it with new levels, or even bring back the destructibility of like older maps, since this is supposed to be, they have that whole portal and whatnot. They really need to bring back the destructibility. But with Halo, there's some things, as much fun as I'm having, there's some things that royally like just drive me nuts. Um like I know grenades. I feel
Mhm.
like the grenades are so sometimey. Or maybe, something crossed my mind. I was like, I wonder, but I don't want to give Xbox that much credit. I want to give Microsoft that much credit. Or 343. Maybe the grenades, it depends on where it blows up. Like, just because it blows up in a pile of people doesn't mean it's going to hit everybody.
I see. So you think they've done this intricate layout of like, oh, there's someone in the way here. I guess obviously he'll take the shrapnel.
I'm I'm gonna be honest. There's a large part of my subconscious that's like, yeah, they made it to where the grenade blew up, but there was two people kind of surrounding the grenade, so the third person didn't take that much damage. I don't
Well,
know if that's the case. Maybe we can ask Digital Foundry. Maybe we can get in and do some tests. We can set up a private whatever, a lobby or whatever, and we can just run some tests with grenades to see. But I'm gonna be honest, that if that's not the case, then the grenades are buggy as heck, and they're extremely sometimey.
I see. It's weird though, because I don't typically run into these kind of issues.
Oh, because you're just a grenade god.
I wouldn't say that. I just whirl them and don't look at the hit markers.
He said, I throw them and hope for the best. It took me forever to learn not to back up when somebody throws a grenade at me.
Yeah,
Like,
you charge
you
forward.
you gotta push forward. Like, pro tip for those who didn't know, for those kids, what up, hustle? For those kids who are looking forward to opening up or downloading or whatever, Halo Infinite, is there even gonna be physical copies of this game? That's a good question.
I don't know.
I mean, most likely, but still, I just thought about that. Holy heck. But okay,
I mean,
like,
yeah.
wow. Huh.
When's the last time you bought a physical game? I can't remember.
Oh, dude, I just ordered one. I buy a lot of physical games. As much as I love Game Pass, I buy a lot of physical games, and then I try to pick up a lot of the collector's edition games for my Switch, um, because they do a really good job, and then they're small, so they don't take up a crap ton of space like the big old, like I have the Death Stranding collector's edition, and that thing's like literally in my closet, eating up a quarter of it.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, because it's like a almost like a suitcase. But yeah, hustle it like that. But back to the point. Pro tip for those kids who are planning, or those people who are planning on coming, jumping into Halo. When somebody tosses a grenade at you, run forward. Just engage. Do not back up, because all you're gonna do is give them a grenade kill. Um, but but yeah, but yeah, Johnny, I buy I just put in a for the collector's edition of Loop Hero.
Ooh.
Special Reserve was handling it. It's usually Special Reserve or Limited Run, who does a lot of the Nintendo Switch collector's editions. Take that back. Well, yeah, that was the most recent one, and then the one before that, I bought the collector's edition for Guardians of the Galaxy, the Steel Book for Resident Evil Village, and then I picked up what was that dang? There was another game, Sea of Stars. I went to their early their they didn't do a GoFund. I forgot what they not GoFundMe. They didn't do Kickstarter. They did something else, and then Limited Run is doing their collector's edition. So I made a reservation and bought for that too because that game just looked amazing. You know, I'm a sucker for pixel art
Oh yeah,
space. Yeah, I'm a sucker. Like sold.
that's
But
why
what?
I like Starbound so much.
Oh yeah, Starbound was just the ultimate. Starbound is what pushed me to buy No Man's Sky. But speaking of Sky, Halos, space, do you plan on buying the game?
Eventually, when it goes on sale.
Mm.
I'm a good fan of Halo, of course. Might borrow the last two games, but I don't. You cannot convince me to buy the campaign for $60. That's very steep for only a campaign.
That's fair. And funny enough, I really believe they had conversations. At least I hope they did. Like, look, it's only going to be two options that are going to happen, or three. One, either people are going to pick up Game Pass for a month or two, maybe even a 3 month pass, just to play the heck out of Halo, get the full experience, maybe throw in some Forza, and then bounce. Like, get their experience out of it and move on. Or people are going to be like you and literally only play the multiplayer, and then they're going to almost feel ostracized from from the campaign because it feels stupid to pay $60 for just that, knowing you got a majority of what you'll be playing.
Hmm.
And then the third option would be people are just going to avoid it all the way around. Some people, we've had to talk. Like, everybody doesn't like subscription services, and that's fine. Especially if you have a crap ton of them, you end up really losing. But
Oh yeah.
as long as you pick and choose right and get the broader stroked ones, that's what she said. You'll be okay. But so you don't really plan on picking up the campaign. I don't plan on playing it anytime soon because you heard what I just listed off. I think I listed off like 6 games that I'm going to be, and those are the ones like for sure that I already have either in hand or on the way. That doesn't even count my Humble Bundle. That doesn't count anything that fly across Game Pass or my backlog that already exists. So yeah. But
It's a wash.
it's a wash, bro. But with Halo multiplayer, what has been the well? Let's start with the bad first and just get the negatives out the way. What frustrates you right now?
All right. So what frustrates me? Now, I know you covered the grenades, but something that really bothers me is the inconsistencies that it seems like with the melee. Now, you can
Ooh,
go on Baron's Twitter and you'll see a particular video that we captured during one of our matches where someone like lunged like a superhero, like up to kill me, and it was ridiculous, like just how far he could lunge. Now, granted, he didn't have a sword, that because those of course have the lunges, and he didn't have a gravity hammer. He legit just super meleeed at me into the next dimension, and I felt very robbed.
it was a it, and it was crazy because I seen it. So I was chasing that guy, and I was missing some crucial. Well, no, not only was I missing a few shots, I had the disruptor. And if you guys have played Halo, the disruptor is a cool gun that really knocks shields. But if you're just trying to get a straight kill with that gun, you almost have to empty the entire clip perfectly in order to get a kill. And even then, you run the risk of still losing. Um, so I'm chasing down this guy, and John. We were playing oddball, right?
Yeah, I believe it was an oddball match.
Yeah, and Johnny's trying to get away. He jumps to the second level, and the guy just Superman punches. Like, he legit looks like he takes off on a rocket and back smacks Johnny, and it was so infuriating. Like, it made no sense. Math didn't check out. Who knows? Maybe it was just a weird tether situation because you were jumping to the second level and it still considered you on the first level. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a beta because it's not. It's full release, but it was so strange, dude. Like, it ugh. But
Yeah.
with the melee stuff, I don't get, like, it seems like oftentimes some people's melees are more powerful than my melees. Now, could it be that I'm just, having a bad day or I'm trash? Sure, that is an option. I'm not above saying that I'm just like whack at the dang game. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and, I'm not gonna sit here and act as if, I'm just top tier Onyx. Onyx is the top one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm just an Onyx player and the game glitched and that's why I lost. Not like I'm not even gonna pull that. Like I miss plenty of shots. I lose plenty of engagements that I should win. I whiff shots, whiff grenade tosses. But sometimes, and it happens quite a bit, where something will go down and it just does not make sense. And it's oftentimes to do with melee.
Yeah. Well, and let's just keep in mind that there are certain weapons like the Ravage, no, not Ravager, the
Well, yeah,
Magma.
that one too. The Ravager has a big blades at the end of it, and it stabs. It does more melee damage.
Yeah, so some weapons are better to melee with than others, but if I don't know, maybe it's just the way the game presents it to you, because the one shot with the Mangler and then the insta melee, that's an
Ah,
insta
yeah,
kill.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
it's just the game doesn't show you getting shot or something and it just rushes straight to the melee. Who knows? But what I think the point I'm trying to make is there's a clear disconnect between what's happening on their screen and what's happening on our screens.
yeah, man. And you know what? I don't ever see like when we're running against PC or when we're going to get somebody with mouse and keyboard. But I know there's certain movements that I can tell either you're rocking an elite controller or a controller with like bumpers, or you're running mouse and keyboard. Like I've been in plenty of situations. I'm like, how is this dude strafing back and forth, squatting back and forth, and still aiming and shooting? Like you mousing and keyboarding, and that's fine. Like I'm not hating. It hasn't been enough of an issue for me to be like I'm not playing any more crossplay or I'm going to mouse and keyboard. Like I haven't gotten to that point where it's like, yeah, that's exactly what I need to do because I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Have you felt like, oh, you run mouse and keyboard, right?
Yes, I play on the Steam version, and then of course you play on Xbox, so we
Mm-hmm.
need to have crossplay on. But
Yep.
no, I don't. I never feel like there's a at least for me. I always blame it down to me not being good enough, as opposed to someone having like the edge over how they use their controllers or something.
Mm. I
I just
I
gotta
do.
get better.
Right. I will say that like I said before I went into my rant, I don't walk away. I don't step away from the fact that I could just be having a trash engagement, or just be trash at that moment, or just be a poor shot. Like I'm not above saying that, but I do wish I could remap my controller like completely. I didn't really. I'm always trying to do it mid match, so I don't really know if there is a full way to break down and adjust each and every single button. Because I've seen that there's a custom, but I don't like it. Didn't fully break down what that meant. Like
Hmm.
when you go into your controller settings and whatnot. So maybe I need to take the time and actually look at it. But what else bugs me about this? I feel like certain weapons are not as powerful as they should be.
Hmm.
Um, I've kind of figured out and got over my hate for the shotgun. The Mauler, it's weird that it has bullet drop. It's the only gun in the game with bullet drop.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. Like it is so strange. And if it's gonna have bullet drop, I feel like you should be able to take down vehicles like with the
Here.
skewer. I really do. If you're gonna make it to where, because clearly you're telling me that this spike that's shooting out, because it spikes, if I'm not mistaken, you're telling me that it's extremely heavy to the point to where it's just like dipping when the rest of these bullets and rockets don't even dip.
Yeah.
Rockets fly straight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it works. I'm not. I've never went to school for gunsmithing or anything,
Right?
nor
Like,
nor am I like an engineer that understands ballistics. But I
but
feel like, the rocket propelled grenade or rocket propelled rocket,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like, that it doesn't have bullet drop yet, these other ones do.
And it's only that one gun.
Yeah, I mean,
Is there?
technically the Ravager does like the regular
I
bolt
was
shot
gonna
or
talk
whatever.
about that next, and how the Ravager
Okay, good.
either needs to be, maybe I've seen somebody who used it properly, or maybe how it was intended. We were playing capture the flag, and every time we got close to the flag, the enemy team would charge up a shot and spray the flag area with it. And I was like,
Mhm.
maybe that's what it was intended for, as just like a deterrent or like an area effect. I was gonna say spell, um, shot, but it was just super. I don't know. Like it just seems like that gun, and then it looks like the skewer. So you think you're picking up a skewer to go take down a enemy vehicle, but then it turns out to just be the Ravager, and then you're like, crap.
Yeah. Like there are some real like runts of the litter when it comes to these guns.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
besides the Ravager, you also have things like the Sentinel Beam. Just like why are you even in the game?
I hate I hate that. What the Sentinel Beam? If you get killed by the Sentinel Beam often, like I do, all that does is tell me that I'm not moving enough while I'm engaging. Like I'm not mobile enough. I'm
Oh yeah.
standing way too still because I should not be getting murderized in a one-on-one fight and somebody has a Sentinel Beam.
Oh yeah, because he has to keep his mouse on you.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm learning that I need to move more in my I need to really move more in my engagements. I would like to jump more because that actually gets you around the map pretty fast without sprinting. But the only thing that sucks is I'm on a basic Series X controller, so I'm jumping. I have to let go of my thumbstick in order to jump because I don't play claw. I play basic.
Mhm.
Um, if I played claw, it wouldn't even matter. Now that I think about it, let me
But
see.
yeah, learning a whole different orientation may be tricky.
Well, I've ran claw a few times just to see because I thought it was the weirdest thing on earth. But when I did it, it made sense immediately. I was like, I get why this works because I don't have to remove myself from shooting or aiming as I'm jumping or sliding.
Yeah. I
And I
remember
was
back when I played Xbox, there was I forget the name of the game, and that's a good thing because I would definitely be shaming it right now, but for whatever reason they didn't have different control settings, and whoever
oof.
made it played Southpaw. So
Oh,
I was forced to learn how to play it, and then from that point on, for like months, I had to play all of the other games I played Southpaw because like I couldn't get back into it. It was so weird, and like thank gosh I'm on the mouse and keyboard now because those days are over.
it was like I can do what I want. I can map it however I want. If I want to make the numlock button the shoot button, that's what it's gonna be.
Hmm.
Um, but with man, with okay. So the Ravager either needs to be buffed or swapped out for something else. Is there a gun in the universe of Halo that you think should be there
Oh, of
that isn't
course,
there?
yes, sir. The classic SMG from like Halo 2.
Ah, you could dual wield that one, right?
You could, but you
Yeah.
could do with a lot of guns back then, and I guess the Fun Police have shut that one down.
I wonder, can you dual wield in the single player? Probably not. But nah, dude, that's funny. That's funny. I forgot about the SMG. That
Yeah.
thing was a beast, man.
Oh yeah. You
He
don't
was
want to
on the
go toe to
cover
toe
looking
with that.
like Doom guy. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Master Chief was on
overlooking
the
like
cover.
the
Yep.
town in the back, and just like,
He,
oh,
straight Doom guy posing. Um, how do you feel about the? Okay, well, no, we're still talking about stuff we were like frustrated with. So melee. Oh, the grappling hook to melee on an enemy should be an instant kill. If I get the harpoon medal, which those are like your in-game awards or
yeah.
achievements, which is kind of weird that you get the medals but you don't get extra XP for getting the medals. It's super weird.
I guess it'd be hard to calculate like each individual medal and stuff. I
Not
don't know.
really. I mean, I don't get that many medals. I think at the most I've ever gotten at in one sitting was like maybe 7 or 8 medals. Like I had a couple of double kills, like a triple. I had a harpoon. But I don't get a crap ton of them that often. Like if I get 3 or 4 a match, that was a great match in my opinion for me.
Mm, yeah.
Johnny's like I get like 12 every match, so
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it.
I don't. For those who didn't know, Johnny's really good at this game. It's pretty ridiculous. Um,
Well, let's not say that. I'm Diamond 2 in ranked
yeah, the guy like started off like
in
freaking
Platinum.
eh, yeah. You did start platinum, huh?
Yeah. But hey,
Yes.
look at Fame. He went from gold to platinum, so
Yeah.
don't discount yourself yet.
Yeah, Fame is super sweaty. I think I'm like one ranked match away, like one good ranked match away from going finally platinum. Um, it's weird and funny enough. I think this is going to be the first battle pass out of all the battle passes I've ever bought. That this is going to be the first one I'll actually finish.
Yeah, because the three of us are halfway through.
Yeah, like I hit 50 today.
Yeah,
Um,
and we're not too far ahead of you.
man, and they're not even giving us XP for kills. They're not giving us XPs for medals. It's like literal challenges. So we would probably be further along if it gave you XP for everything you did.
Or if they just implemented the hot fix quicker with like
Ah,
the added XP per match or whatever until you reach the 50 again.
yeah, because that barely showed up this week, right? This past week.
Um, yeah, I believe it was last week.
Yeah, like midway. But okay, what else? Um,
I've got
there's
something.
yeah, go for it.
Vehicles, right?
Ooh,
I think in the right hands, if you know what you're doing, can be good. But I feel like they're just sometimes you just don't know what to do with them. For example, the gun goose. Now I figured out, if you just kind of chill back and use the grenade launcher things like an artillery piece from range, you can
got
get
you,
work done with it. But if you just run headstrong into it like you would with a normal gun goose, you're not gonna. It's not the good weapon for that kind of scenario.
got
And then
you.
same with like the Banshee, it's like the beams, the cannons are so horribly underpowered. They need they need to be strengthened a little bit. It's like you have to rely on the fuel pod to actually get kills.
Oh
What
man.
do you think?
I when it comes to the vehicles for me, um, I think they would benefit from like a quick like soon as you jump in. Here's what this vehicle can do. Like, what game used to do that? There was quite a few games where you would jump into something new and it'd give you like a quick highlight. Like I'm not saying it needs to stop the game, but at least pop up at the bottom like this button does this, this button does that. Swap like I didn't know you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember what game that is either.
And the reason I bring that up is because when I first hopped into the Wasp, which is the human version of the Banshee,
Hmm.
um, it I did not know how to get it off the ground, and there was no like literally I could not get it off the ground. I think I either was killed in it trying to figure it out, or I jumped out and let somebody else take it. There was just no, hey, this is what you do. Hey, press right bumper in order to elevate, and left bumper to descend, to ascend and descend. And I'm like, what? Nope. I think Fame jumped in the Wasp in another match and was like mashing buttons and figured it out. And he was like, "Oh, I got it." And I was like, "How'd you do it?" Like it there was no clear way. And then even when it came to the first time I was in the Banshee, I didn't know. It's been so long since I played a Halo, and I totally forgot. I don't even know if in Halo 1 or 2 the Banshee had rockets. I didn't know if it was just always a
Yeah, I
plat.
believe they did.
Okay, I didn't know that. I was completely out the loop, and I think until you said something like, "Oh, press Y," because the time to kill is way too long in those vehicles. Why does it take as many bullets as it takes with my assault rifle? Like it shouldn't take that. It shouldn't be the same time to kill as me shooting you with my assault rifle and me shooting you with the Banshee.
Yeah, it should be more powerful.
It should be more powerful. Period. And it makes no sense that a rocket will destroy a vehicle with like two rockets, but then if I hit somebody square on, it may not kill them right away. But if they were in the vehicle, they would have died.
Hmm. Oh
It
my
it
God, that reminds me. But
Go ahead.
finish your thing.
No, but it just it's really frustrating because I'm like, dude, it doesn't this doesn't check out. It should not be this way. Um like I once I get in a vehicle, until somebody, like enough people, at least until somebody robs me, hits me with enough damage to where it explodes, or you find a skewer and take me down, I should be almost a god on the field. Now, the vehicle that makes me feel that way, the only one I feel like that has the proper power is the Scorpion.
Yeah.
The Scorpion tank, and that's why. But guess what? I can count how many times I've seen it, or I've been able to jump in one. Maybe 10 times. And like I said earlier, for those who are new, for those who are recent to the show, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this out. And let us know your comments. You guys can talk. Tell us what you're loving about Halo. Tell us what you guys think should be changed, and tell us what you guys are thinking about the campaign if you're playing it. Me and Johnny, we haven't played it. It's probably gonna be a while before I really play it. I might even just wait until the co-op comes because there's just so many other games that I got to play that I want to play. But for reference, I have 3 days, 1 hour, and 17 minutes in Halo Infinite, and that's only been multiplayer.
That's a long time for someone who said vehemently that they weren't gonna play.
Yeah, that's a very long time. It's quite ridiculous. Not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I don't. And then it doesn't
but yeah,
help that I could play it on my computer. I can play it on my phone.
it's a wash.
Uh, yeah, bro, it's a wash. And it actually was not that bad to play on my phone. Like it wasn't. I thought it was gonna be like mad delay or mad lag and just super sketch internet. It wasn't that bad. Now who knows what the other people in the lobby were experiencing, but it looked great to me.
Oh, I
Um,
see. You were performing the Superman lunges, and people were just
oh,
wondering
bro, I'm
how that
out there
happened.
slide. How did he get to the other end of the map? It looked like he fused through the wall, but for me, the game looks perfectly normal. Like, man, they're moving so
Mhm.
much slower. Just he's a glitch.
Yeah, but very quickly, I
Mhm.
must get this out there because, oh my lord, it infuriates me. Why does the rocket launcher, the Spanker, why does it not lock onto vehicles anymore? That's always been the case,
Mm.
and then now it doesn't. But the Hydra does, and it doesn't do nearly as much damage to it.
The Hydra
Ugh.
pisses me off too,
Yeah, I hate the Hydra.
but they don't sell the Hydra as a heavy weapon.
No, you can
They
just
really,
pick it up off the
yeah,
wall.
it's just a random like. I think the Hydra is weird and needs to be buffed, especially because of how long it takes to get shots off. Um, the rate of fire is not that fast, and then also the heat wave. The heat
Oh
wave. I think they need to. I think it needs an increase in damage at close range.
Yeah, because
Uh,
it's like a 2-shot to kill, and then but if you do the 1-shot melee, then you're all right. But yeah,
yeah,
like 2 shots close range with a shotgun.
yeah. Well, dude, don't even get me started with that. Like, I feel like if I hit you point blank, like that that melee part is such a issue. It really is because I can't figure out what it is. Like, is it some type of like uh fighting game checks and balance? Like, oh hey, technically he meleeed you a little bit faster, so he gets the kill, while you technically didn't get a full melee off, so you just break his shield. Like, I don't under that's something that needs to be addressed. The melee stuff is a problem.
Yeah, I have no idea how it's calculated. Usually you can get a trade-off if you're both weak, but like the number of times where they just walk away, even though you meleeed them with low shields, it seems a little off.
Yeah, it it's oh man, I don't, and it happens a lot too. And it's funny because when I started hearing you complain about it, I just knew it was really a problem and not just me being trash. I'm like, okay, like if Johnny's complaining about it, it's gotta be a real issue. Um, it Grenades. I sometimes feel like the stickies are off too. Like the throwing mechanic, it's that's something think that needs to be addressed. Is when you're throwing grenades, it's not even based on your reticule. It's almost like your body position and like where your arm releases. It's almost like more of a real throw than a video game throw.
Yeah, it's like a baseball pitcher as opposed to a soldier.
Yeah, it's super strange because I'm like somebody will be right in front of me and I'll toss a sticky or a plasma and it'll like go over their shoulder. And I'm like, they're
Yeah, it's
right in
strange.
front of me.
It's like you gotta aim at his legs or something.
Yeah, that's almost what you. Actually, that's a good idea. I'm gonna start doing that. Pro tip for those kids who are getting ready to just get started in Halo Infinite multiplayer. When you got a sticky grenade and they're up close, just aim at their legs. It'll most likely hit them in the chest or head. No, it won't. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't guarantee that, but it just makes sense.
Here's a
Johnny,
pro tip from Johnny. If you're feeling defeated because someone's running around with an energy sword or gravity hammer and you just can't stop it, get a repulsor. It'll knock them
ooh,
away.
ooh, dude, the first time I repulsed somebody off a ledge or killed them by repulsing them into a wall because they were low shield and they were getting ready to melee. Um, dope,
Oh yeah.
top tier mo. Actually, let's jump over any more like heavy negatives that just the party system in Big Team Battle. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Like they need to really figure that out. That is bootleg is so the what I'm complaining about for those who don't know, when you go into Big Team Battle, you can be in a fire team and go into
A
Big Team
full.
Battle, a full fire team. Go into Big Team Battle and it won't matter and you guys will be spread out amongst the entirety of the 12 people. It's 12 people, right? Or 16.
I believe it's 12.
Okay, yeah, you'll be spread out amongst the 12 people. And you get no, so you being in a fire team means nothing. And it's weird because I don't think we've ever all been on the same team for Big Team Battle. It'll be like two of
No.
us, or yeah, it'll be two of us, or it will all be spread out amongst the teams.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very strange.
dude, yeah, oh god, that is,
It's like it doesn't make sense. Like if it's the three of us, are you telling us every other person is grouped up in like pairs or trios that they can't put one random in our
and th-
fire team?
and then why do we always end up being the losers? Like, let's say that is the case. Why are we always the fire team that split up? Why not another one?
Yeah, for reals.
Or do you think they split up everybody because that's the case and they randomize it? Once
I
again, I'm
don't know
giving
why
them
they
too
would
much
do that.
credit. I'm giving them too much credit because just like I'm giving them a lot of credit with the grenades. Because if come to find out if that's the case, that's pretty dope. Like, look, the reason your grenade didn't kill everybody in that pile up is because the grenade went in the middle of 2 people instead of the 4.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know they did like a lot of attention to detail this time around because like grappling like weapons off the wall and stuff. But
Mm.
like, some things are just a little off. But other than that, I didn't really have any other significant negatives. I may gripe here and there because like I don't know, I didn't get the shot off in time or something, but other than the things we've already mentioned, it's a pretty solid game, right?
Yes, and one more before we move on to the positives because we're almost hitting that time. I didn't realize it was that much stuff that bothered me for a game that I've already spent 3 days and 1 hour and 17 minutes in. But the melee to back to shooting, that like second delay is mind numbing.
Hmm.
Like I'll melee somebody and then we'll like let's say we both melee, so we clash, boom, and then it'll push us back from each other. And then all of a sudden there's this like weird delay where you're almost like pulling back out your weapon and it almost does an animation for it. And then you start shooting, but by that time the person on the other side is already shooting you.
Yeah, it's like it kind of like it's incentivizing you to go for that second melee or something, but
Yeah,
but it doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense because you can't melee. Well, I haven't figured it out yet because some people will be meleeing like 2 times back to back, like boom, boom. I don't know how to double melee. Maybe I haven't really sat down and tried, but I always feel like I oftentimes, not all the time, I oftentimes lose those battles where we both are shooting at each other, sprinting towards each other, melee, will bounce back, and then getting ready to re-engage. They're already shooting me before my gun is even able to two shoot.
Maybe they're switching weapons right after.
Ah, a
I didn't
hot
think of that.
swap. Because okay, and also those are another few things. When you're getting ready to put on gear, or what are they called?
Like the overshields and the camos.
Yeah. So do like climb something as you're putting it on, and it negates the whole animation, and it automatically puts it on. So like if you're
Oh
getting
yeah.
shot and you like if you grab over shield and you're being shot at, go ahead and just run, jump on the nearest ledge as you're putting it on, and it'll automatically form to you. I've lost plenty of gun battles to people who did that. Like somebody was putting on, they grabbed over shield and I was already shooting them. And before I was able to put the final rounds in them, they jumped the ledge and put on power over shield. And they had a whole fresh armor. And then I'm reloading and now I'm dying.
Hmm. Like, why do the Spartans have to like admire the power up before they can just put
It
it
is
on?
super stupid. They really do. You could tell your character is like looking at the item in awe. Like, oh, okay, let me activate it and put it on. If you don't just put it on,
Does it like have the weight of a truck or something?
bro.
And he's like got to manhandle it on?
It's funny. We really spent 40 minutes complaining about a game that we have a lot of time in.
Well, you only notice these things when you like sit down and really play it, don't you?
Yeah, because there's so many moments where I'm just like that shouldn't have happened. And then something
No.
clicked. I will say, okay, so positives. What do you love about this game so far? The multiplayer.
That I get to play it with my friends.
Do you think that's a large portion of the amount of time you put into this game?
I say it's 90%. I haven't really played it solo.
I
Except
will.
for when I'm like grinding for a specific mission, like that last week where it was that 17 wins. I
Oh
did grind
god.
out a couple of those solo because,
Oh god.
just to save everybody a headache, but man, that was not fun.
That was not fun. For me, excuse me. Um, my age is showing, but for me, I'll say that a large portion of my enjoyment with this game is because of it's a it's a fun multiplayer, and it's
Yeah,
fun. It's fun to run with my friends. I will say that. Now, the last few games that's been the case for me. Remnant, Outriders,
Rogue.
Rogue Company, even Code Vein for a bit. I was running with Fame. So I wonder would I have spent as much time in any of those games if I wasn't running with you guys. Um, I wonder.
I know. Well, we got to sit down and do a little experiment. How much you got to clock? How many matches you do with us, and how many you do on your own? That'll fix it real quick.
But I'm at that point when it comes to Halo. Like I feel almost guilty if I'm running without you guys. Like I'll be like, let me hit them up. Especially if I know it's around the time you guys are usually active. I'm like, let me just see what they're doing. Like it, because you guys. I mean, if you guys are friends with me on Discord, you know what game I'm playing. Like it's
Oh
not a
yeah.
mystery. Like I don't think I ever turn off my I don't know what you call it. I'm just say beacon because we've been playing Halo. But hmm, I positives. The game, I like the different like strategy for it. It's not just a like who's the best shot plays a big part into it, but it's more so map knowledge.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
a team with good map knowledge and halfway decent communication will outdo the best layers.
Hmm. I
Um,
agree.
we've came back from matches that we were clearly losing simply because we started rotating the map right. Working with something like Stronghold, we were doing I don't know a BC combo instead of just going for all of them. Like there were so many different things. I don't know. And then even just with proper placement of picking up weapons, there's been times where we've picked up weapons just to make sure the enemy doesn't get it. Even though let's say we were having a bad time with it. Like I know plenty of times we've done that with snipers.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh,
And
just go get it so they don't get it. Like, do
like the
not let.
spanker on that downtown map.
Yeah, like, do not let that dude get it because he's been murdering the whole dang team with it. The spanker. I stopped using it because I would like I would get damage on people instead of killing them, and I was like, okay, this is stupid. Like it's because here it is. Anytime somebody else gets a spanker and aims in my way, I'm instant just death. But then somebody comes along and then it's like, oh, like I nicked you. How did I nick you with a grenade? I mean, with a rocket.
Yeah, like it's like the most complicated algorithm for radius and like how
Or
far the rocket is from you.
there was a bunch of moments where I would shoot. I would shoot the ground, and it would kill me and not the person I was aiming at. And I was like, okay, maybe I just did it too close to myself, so that was a mistake on me. But then the enemy will do it, and I'll die and they won't. And I'm like, oh, okay. Is it a
Yeah,
dice
it's
roll, like, or is it just like perfection?
you know, you look at them in that right angle, you know, the stars aligned, the rings aligned, and just, you know, it was the perfect kill. And obviously it didn't do it for you, clearly.
It's a uh, but I'm supposed to be talking positives. Um,
Oh my god, I just remembered that the fact that I don't like 80% of the maps.
what
That's
map
another
do
positive. We need
what?
more maps.
Yeah, there needs to be more maps. There's one map I hate. What is it? I can see it. Not the
Is it,
city.
is it the one I like?
Nah, Behemoth's alright. Um, it's I can see it. I can't believe I forgot the name of it.
The end. The one with like the reactors in the middle?
I think that might be it.
The one with the hammer and the sword on its own little island?
That map is weird.
Yeah.
It,
That
we
one's
end
different.
up we end up there a lot, and I've gotten over how much I dislike it. It's a big small map.
Yeah, it is.
And for those who haven't played, I'm trying to make sense of it. Let me try to break it down. It is it's smaller than a big team battle area, but it's so vertical and dense that, and then there's like weird openings and closings, and like there's this little area where there's a grenade to spawn that you can't see from one side of the map, but the other, it
He's
it,
losing his words over here.
it's weird.
It is weird.
That's the one map that out of all of them, it's funny. We end up there so much that I just stopped complaining about it.
Yeah,
But
you just become numb to it.
yeah, but that map is a lot of hard corners with areas that you really couldn't get to unless you went like all the way around.
Mhm.
Like that little hallway where people like to hide when we're playing oddball.
Oh yeah.
That's a very weird hallway. Even though it has one, two, even though it has four ways to get in there, it is still a very weird room.
Yeah, it's like it. A lot of these games go for like symmetry and stuff. This is definitely not one of them.
No, it was like they just let a fan make that room. Like, just have fun.
Oh, is the map you hate live fire? Because that one I can't stand.
What is live fire? I don't know him by name.
The training one with the sniper right in the middle in the tower and the on the one
That
side.
map that map makes sense. That feels like an atypical, like, here's a basic mid, left, and right, but with a little pizzazz. Like
Yeah,
that feels like an atypical shooting game map. I'm not, and then it's got enough detail and curves to where it doesn't feel stagnant is the word I'm looking for, or stale. Like it feels fresh depending on who you're running against and how they use it. The-
yeah.
it
Every time I'm on that map, it's just like I give up.
I don't mind that map too much because I feel like there's a lot of ways to do a lot of different stuff. But with that one map we were talking about a little before that one, my problem with it is just so awkward. And then there's a lot of places that where you're just at a outright disadvantage.
Yeah, I agree, and I definitely see that.
Um, and I don't think there's too many maps where that's a issue. Like where you're just clear as day at a disadvantage for being where you are.
No, but there is that one game mode, one flag, where you just at a sheer disadvantage based off of who goes first.
Yeah. Oh, they need to address that. Or at least add a mechanic to where people can like out. I don't know, maybe deny a map. Like why can't we choose maps in the in regular like quick play? Like after once you get one match going, instead of booting everybody out, how about you let us vote for the next map we want to run.
Hmm. I guess that cause maybe they know that the maps aren't the greatest, so like, oh, everyone's gonna be playing on Behemoth.
I get you. Hmm.
I always
I don't.
thought that, just bring back some old maps if you don't want to feel like, making whole new ones. Like Last
Mm,
Resort. Perfect. One of my favorite maps in Halo.
yeah. See, it's been so long since I've like actively played Halo, so I'm not even gonna pretend to even know what you're talking about.
The one with the big spinning, like, thing in the middle, and there's like a beach.
I didn't play much multiplayer.
Oh,
Um, Like I want to say I played a bit with two, but I want to say that was more like couch co-op. Didn't it do four screen?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mainly did. It wasn't much
Mhm.
online Halo play. Um, even when I played Reach, which I think was the last story Halo I played, I didn't. I don't think I played multiplayer for Reach. There was multiplayer for Reach, right?
Oh yeah, that's where I did the lion's share of my multiplayer. I loved Halo Reach.
See,
Like man, playing SWAT, that was my favorite game, man.
ah, before we get out of here, because we're really are in the last few minutes. What game modes do you think are missing? Like, do you feel
Uh,
need to be here?
Infection, which is like the zombies mode, where it's like, you start off with your guns, and then one person has like an energy sword and can run a little faster, and they have to infect all the players, and then they'll have the swords, and then the last man standing wins and stuff. But
Oh, okay.
they need that, and they need SWAT, which is you need like 10 body shots or something, where it's like you have super like reduced damage to body shots, but one headshot will be the insta kill. I love that game mode.
Oh, snaps.
It really teaches you to be precise. I'll tell you that. Maybe they can bring that back with like a commando or a battle rifle. I
Oh,
don't know.
they need to buff that dang commando.
Yeah, it's not
That
the best gun in the world.
that gun sounds way too strong and loud to be as weak as it is. That's my only problem. If it was a pew pew, like if it was a pea shooter, if it was like a planker, I would have nothing to say. But that is the loudest gun next to the freaking sniper rifle. And it does no damage. You dang near got to get land. Only times I've gotten straight kills with that gun is when, and every time I've gotten it, it said perfect. I've landed every bullet, and then I have to swap weapons to engage somebody else. Or, oh, that gun needs, oh, it is
It's almost
terrible.
usually the only times you get kills with that is like when you're mopping up someone else's kill.
Yes, bro. I've never swapped a challenge so fast. When I see the challenge that says get 15 kills, kill 15 Spartans with the commando swap,
Hmm.
like it is ridiculous. The gun and the thing that bothers me about it is it's once again like with the Hydra, it has a slow rate of fire. It's loud and the spray is like it has a crazy spread for some reason, but then the
Hmm.
damage it inflicts is almost non-existent.
Yeah. Yeah. The commando is not the best gun. But yeah, as you were just about saying, fix those challenges, man. Some of them are ridiculous. The only one I've
Yeah.
swapped is snipe the driver of a moving vehicle with a sniper rifle.
Ooh.
It's like, what the heck?
Oof. Ooh.
Like, I'd hate to be out of skips or switches or whatever it's called to get that.
I think the craziest one I came across was the commando. I anything commando I swap. Oh, kill four. Oh, that kill four warthogs. I was like, wait a minute. Every map doesn't guarantee a warthog.
No, it's only big team battles and two small maps.
But even with the big team battle, I would literally have to ignore everything else and go out of my way to just hope some enemy is in a warthog and hope I'm the only one trying to kill it.
Or just skewer them, but then, it's not a guaranteed drop or anything.
A skewer's not on every map.
No.
So
I don't know.
yeah, certain ones I get it. Like if you're gonna have a bunch of challenges like that, which they don't. Let me be honest here, they don't have a bunch of wild, just super obnoxious challenges. But if
The
you're gonna
coils one, though,
have,
is ridiculous.
oh yeah, where you gotta shock like 5 people at once. Like, come on. Um, you got to shock 5 people with one shot, right?
I think. I know that's an achievement, but um,
Oh,
I don't know if it's an actual challenge.
oh man. Yeah. Well,
We
go.
do love this game though.
Yeah, even though we literally bashed it for an hour. Um, like I said, I have 3 days, 1 hour and 17 minutes in it. I've played it on my phone. I played it on my laptop. I played it on console, and I've streamed it. And I played it on PC. Through the streaming. So
We wouldn't
I'm not,
we,
like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not enjoying myself. Clearly
we
I
wouldn't
am.
we wouldn't care so much if we didn't like it.
Yeah, there you go. This is a love, a discussion from love. These are the things that we would need fixed and adjust to make it that much better. Um,
Yeah, like when I talk about Star Wars.
yeah, yeah. Grenades got to get stronger. Commando needs to be buffed. Ravager
Bring
needs to
back
be
Fiesta.
buffed. Bring back Fiesta and the not just the game mode. Bring back the battle pass because that was not enough time. What was it, like 4 days?
I think you got a week if I'm not mistaken.
That's not enough.
Well, no, you don't. Like they intended you to do it in phases. Like you can't get it all done in 1 week.
But my problem is don't bring back the game mode without the battle pass.
Oh, I see.
Like,
Yeah, I
don't
think that
give
is
me,
in
don't.
January.
Yeah, that's stupid. Don't give me the. Even though Fiesta is a dope way to try out a bunch of different weapons, that's the only reason, only way I was really able to learn a bunch of different weapons without going into the what is that place, into the academy, the weapon academy. Um, but they really need to go ahead and just if you're gonna let the game mode come back, let the battle pass come back. Like, don't mess with people like that. And then hopefully within the next few months they implement a way to reward people for their what they do in game. Something as simple as 5 XP per kill. I mean,
I don't
most
know. Maybe
people.
they just want to keep it fair and like adding it that way with lopsided progression or something. I don't know. I'm not a developer.
No, I got you, but every other game has progression that's based on not only challenges. Challenges are a part of it, but then also what you do in game. If you're gonna have a battle pass, you gotta kind of conform to the standard rules that are set before you by battle passes. I mean, you don't have to, but it would be nice. Like, I would
Yeah.
love to be rewarded for finally going 20 something in 8. Like, I think I should be rewarded for that.
Well, if they start doing that, then they'd have to start putting better stuff in it. Because, games like the Fallout 76 Battle Pass and the COD Battle Passes, they lock like guns and stuff behind that, and that's whack.
True. True.
Like, thankfully, Halo Infinite is purely cosmetic,
True.
and like maybe the XP boost, but only then you only get the XP towards the rest of the cosmetics. So,
Funny enough,
but
this is the first game that I've played shooter wise where I've played this much of it and there's no guns to unlock. And I can't
yeah,
believe I can't believe I put this much time in it. That's something that's super strange to me. Cause like I put a bunch of time into Battlefield because there's guns and weapons and items and equipment and characters to unlock, right?
hmm
Call of Duty, weapons to unlock. Like, I like that feeling of unlocking new gear and getting access and feeling like I'm truly earning something. But that would, remember, I think I said that with you, that was my complaint before I really started playing, was like, well, what am I working towards? And
yeah.
that says a lot about this game, and this will be my final point. The fact that I'm playing it to get better and to do better more so than to chase the carrot and unlock something.
hmm
That says a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, I remember you guys talking about that on Double XP, and I wish I could have, voiced my disagreement where Halo has never been about progression. Like
Yeah,
Halo Reach Unlocked was the first time they did like the armor customization system or whatever, and that's the only thing you like work towards. And I'm glad that they didn't, jump the gun and like change to be more like COD or something. Even though that's
Yeah,
what they've been doing anyways in these past Halos. But keep it fun. You always have access to all the guns anyways, just through playing. And you play Halo to have fun, not to like grind 700 hours to get a sniper rifle.
and that's strange to me because that's usually how I play my shooters.
That's how they tied you in.
Yep. So this is a different experience. Even though we sat here for the majority of the time and talked about the things that frustrate us, it's from a place of love because we I know I can for sure speak for myself. I enjoy the heck out of Halo. I play it. I've been playing it a lot, and I'm having a good time with it. That's my final thoughts on it. What you got, Johnny?
Well, I'm glad you spoke for yourself because I actually hate Halo now. Just talking about it, I've completely changed my mind. Um, so yeah, that's what I have to say. But you can play with us sometime? Question mark. If you know us.
Oh yeah, like I mean, I'm always. If you guys see me on, just jump in. Um, Shout out to Chris. They jumped in with us. I played with Asa. I haven't ran with Phoenix in them yet, but yeah. But guys, it's late. It's not late, but I'm tired. Um, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Make sure,
Oh, for
please.
sure.
We're really trying to get to that 1,000 subs before the end of the year. I know we're cranking down to the final days, but if you guys could share this out, subscribe, like, it really helps us out.
Yeah, people blow up out of nowhere sometimes, and you know what? May help us get to that point.
Yup. So I'm Baron J67.
And I am Johnny.
Man, much love to you guys and peace.
Adios.